Hello, ladies and gentlemen, this is Grindstone. Today we're going to order the Magic the Gathering Top 10 Grind. So now, at number 10, we're going to start off with Vault Grinder from Lauren or Commander 2011. It's a common going for 17 cents on the market. It does cost 7 mana for this 4/4. It has trample, and when it comes into play, destroy target land. So it is kind of cool, but for 7 mana, it's so expensive. That's why this is a grinder, because it is, even though it's an elemental, it does grind things as it eats. So let's move on to number 9. And next is Grind Slash Dust. It's from various sets. It's a rare going for 13 cents on the market. So I don't care about the dust part. We are talking about grind. So it's grinding the mummy. So it's put a -1/-1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures for 2 mana. It does make sense. So that's a pretty good valued grind card. So let's move on to number 8. And we got Organ Grinder. You already can say what the name is. It's from Torment. It's a common going for 8 cents on the market. It costs 3 for a 3/1. It says remove 3 cards in your graveyard from the game. Target player loses 3 life, and it has tapping ability. Well, if you're playing a discard deck, this card actually has a pretty good combination, and it does fit in the theme with grinding when it says remove 3 cards and target opponent loses 3 life. So let's move on to number 7. And next we have is Cogwork Grinders. It's from Conspiracy. It's a rare going for 14 cents on the market. And because it has a unique wording on the card, I don't think it's particularly that great, but enough to be at number 7. So it costs 6 colors. It says draft Cogwork Grinder face up. As you draft a card, you may remove it from the draft face down. Those cards are in your card pool. And it enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it, where X is the number of cards you remove from the draft with the card's name card. So, So let's move on to number 6. And next we have is Mind Grind from Gatecrash. It's a rare going for $4.15 on the market. And it's the traditional grind cards. Goes for 1 blue and 1 black and X, because each opponent reveals cards from the top card of his or her library until she reveals X land cards. Then put all those cards revealed this way into his or her graveyard. X can't be 0. That is going to piss off everyone, especially in Commander. Each opponent. Love it. So let's move on to number 5. And halfway down our list is Ruin Grinder. It's from various sets. It's a rare going for 33 cents on the market at the time of this video. And I like it because it has kind of a multi-purpose thing. It has melt and cycling, which is kind of cool. And it does cost 6 for a 7/4 menace, which is very good as well when it comes to a red card. And when it dies, each player may discard their hand and draw 7 cards. So it got to the drawing cards. That's really cool. It's almost like the Wheel of Fortune cards kind of thing. So let's move on to number 4. And this one's pretty interesting. We got Sanity Grinding the Mind. It's from Eventide. It's a rare going for an average price of $2.38 on the market. This sorcery costs 3 blue, so chroma. Reveal the top 10 cards of your library. For each blue mana symbol in the mana cost of this revealed cards, target opponent puts the top card of his or her library into his or her graveyard. Then put those cards revealed in the way of any order at the bottom of your library. And you just hope you get like 8 blue, 8 blue, 8 blue. And that will just kill an opponent. That's why I like it's more 4. You're taking a chance, but that's really cool for 3 mana. So let's move on to number 3. And we got something very incredible. Is Grinding Station from 5th Dawn. It's an uncommon going for $10.15. Can you believe it? So for 2 colors, sacrifice an artifact. Target player puts the top 3 cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard. And when an artifact comes into play, you may untap Grinding Station. Very cool for an uncommon. And this is a true picture, a true grinding card. And can you just imagine with like Memnites? 0 colors? Oh, that would be so fun. Anyway, let's move on to number 2. And guess what? We got Grind Clock from Magic 2015 or Scars of Mirrodin. It's a rare going for 20 cents on the market. And I believe this card is very, very underrated, even if it is a grind card, just in general. Costs 2 colors for this artifact, which is pretty standard for grind cards. Put a charge counter on it for tapping. Target player puts the top X cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard, where X is the number of charge counters. So every turn, you just put a charge on it. Unless they have artifact destruction, this card is amazing. I don't know why it's not as popular as it should be. But let's move on to number 1. And that's right, we have my favorite, one of my top 10 favorite cards is Grindstone from various sets. It's rare. Well, or mythic, depending on what set it is, with an average price of 38.43 for one colorless. This artifact costs 3. Put the top 2 cards of target player's library in his or graveyard. If both cards share at least one color, repeat the process. Oh my god, that's just 100% annoying all around. So it was very interesting. I enjoy doing the top 10 grind, and I hope you guys have a good day and a good evening.